like to give you an update on the Patriot Act. Last year, the Patriot Act was scheduled to be renewed. There was a disagreement between the Senate and the House, and they didn't extend it, but they agreed that this year they would do it. Right now, I think the scheme is that they're going to pass it as quietly as possible. Yet we hear now that there are going to be some meetings this week in the Senate Judiciary Committee, and that they are now planning to get this bill and law renewed. As most of you know, this law was passed shortly after 9/11. It was a perfect example of how we as individuals and Americans have been willing to sacrifice their liberty for so-called security. I consider this an absolute unconstitutional piece of legislation. It shouldn't be extended. It shouldn't be made worse. It actually should be repealed in its entirety, and we'd all be better off for it. But they're not anxious to have open hearings. They're not anxious to have a new debate. They consider that opening up a can of worms, but it's a can of worms that deserves to be opened because it affects all of us as Americans. And all of us who believe in liberty and believe the rule of law have to be concerned about the Patriot Act. It's a great issue as far as I'm concerned because it can bring together a good group of people, both from the conservatives as well as liberals, because we do believe in this case that individual liberty ought to be protected. So keep an eye on this, and understand that the people at the Campaign for Liberty will try to keep you with updates on their website.